fellas.
Stop hitting yourself.
Yep.
This nigga. You come up with your titles, man.
I don't know, but we're live.
Ah, right on. Oh, hey.
Oh,
Hey.
What's happening?
we're on.
Yep. We are live, fellas.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's what's up. Intro, please. Man.
Hey, what's happening? Shake Up guys coming at you. Today's topic is about stop hitting yourself. It's a glimpse into self-deprecating behavior and the people who subscribe to that shit. But you know how we do things. First, we're gonna talk a little bit of shit first about stuff going on. First, I'd like to send a shout out to this nigga. I'd like to send a shout out to my Tennessee Titans, man. Y'all had a good run at it, man.
Good job, Titans, for taking out the Pats.
That's all good, man. I said a few weeks ago I had my Super Bowl, but it would have been real nice to see you guys play in the big game. That have gave me a good reason not to go and work that day. But you know, there's always next year, so that's what's
Always
up.
next year.
Always
Bear
next
down.
So we're gonna ignore this shit?
What?
We ain't gonna
What?
say, no, please stay in the show the
Well,
camera.
that's for you.
What?
Please stay in
I
the
think
show
that's
the
just
camera.
for you.
This?
Yeah.
Fat fuck.
Yeah.
Nigga right
I figured it was
here.
your birthday, you know. You wanted your queen. I figured, you know.
You put Lizzo the Hippo on and decided to come rock this shit out on my birthday. Like, here you go. This for you.
Yeah.
I'd have set that shirt
Yeah.
on fire with you in it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's how it goes sometimes.
There you
guys.
go.
Yeah.
Why would you think?
Hey. You know. I got my DNA test back, nigga. I'm that motherfucker.
Yeah, that ain't how the song go.
I don't know, nigga.
Alright,
I just
yeah.
know how much you love Lizzo, so
What
on
do
your
I-
birthday, I thought, you know.
That's awesome.
I should walk out.
Yeah, that is an option. This is America.
I really want to walk out right now because you just had to wear the Hippo shirt.
You know.
Body
Hippo
positivity,
shirt.
these nuts.
Don't be body shaming. You know,
Oh,
don't body
man.
shame, Jay. 2020.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Anyway.
What's going on in current events, man? What's going on
Oh,
with y'all,
speaking
man?
of current events, Jay, tell me how you feel about this.
What's that?
Happy birthday, dog.
Yeah, happy birthday for one.
Oh, thank
For
you.
current events.
Thank you.
You
Happy
know?
birthday, old
Happy
dude.
birthday,
fuck
bruh.
you.
You know,
Made it to
it's
C40.
it's a milestone. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's exciting.
I feel old. Fuck y'all. I'm going backwards. Matter of fact, today I'm 26.
Nah, nigga,
Fuck
not
40.
really.
Yep, I'll go back. I feel like I'm 26, so I'm gonna act like it.
Nah, I'm pretty sure you're 40.
Nope, 26. Starting now.
Well, there's a milestone in the Super Bowl.
Seven.
The very first, it's a double doozy, very first female and openly gay coach in the NFL that's going to be coaching in the Super Bowl.
What?
It's a female and she's openly gay and she'll be coaching in the Super Bowl.
Who?
Katie Soar, I believe her name.
For who?
San Francisco 49ers.
I thought the only female coach was the broad with the Arizona Cardinals.
No, San Francisco 49ers.
Wife wants you to make sure not to hurt her favorite shirt.
I should have known it was her shirt.
Wearing your wife's
Krista,
clothes.
I know, right? You got her drawers on too?
Dude, you are violating
I know,
right
you wearing
now.
that thong, nigga? You got on a pink
You got on
unicorn thong?
you got on your wife's clothes and shit.
Yeah.
It's all good. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I'm still secure.
Go
in
hippie
mine.
unicorn, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You
yeah.
should have wore that
Mine.
shirt. Why did you wear that
Well, I got
shirt?
my shirts coming out. Why ain't y'all niggas ordering shirts, man? She was taking orders.
Nobody told us.
I didn't know.
It was
no
on
shit.
Facebook, all over Facebook, man.
Dude,
I don't
barely
go on
look at
Facebook, except to promote this show.
Damn, I feel you.
But, oh yeah, I'm
I'll send
sorry.
you the link.
Today's show is brought to you by our sponsor, Hippie Unicorn.
Hippie Unicorn.
See them for all your CBD needs,
Yep.
ointments, pain relief, skin cleanser, things of
all
that
that
nature. You want it, she's got it,
Yep.
and it's legal. So check out Hippie Unicorn at Gmail.
No, just Facebook.
Oh, just
Go to
Facebook.
Facebook, Hippie Unicorn.
Just Facebook, Hippie Unicorn.
Yep.
You can order everything you need. Thank
Exactly.
That's what's
you.
up.
And thank you everybody in the chat room for the birthday
Hey,
wishes. I
Gloria,
appreciate
miss
it.
you. So,
Yeah.
no.
You're officially old now, man. What's up? How you doing?
I'm 26.
40.
That kid keep fucking with me. Now I'm 25. Keep going. We can go back all the way. Shit. I figure by the time this
Ain't
show
no shame
over,
in my game. I'm an old man
I'm
now.
an old nigga, bruh.
I'm an old man. Now.
OG, triple OG.
Wise,
OG, triple.
wise and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm wearing my 40 proud this year. A few more months. I'm wearing my 40 proud.
Enrique early said he would get lost in all that. He's only 150 pounds. Man, Lizzo would
He's
literally...
lost in that shirt right now.
Lizzo would slaughter you, man. She would literally swallow you whole.
Hey man, back in high school, you know, I before I got all this, you know, nice belly, this dad bod, I was skinny and I dated some big girls back then. You know, you make your way.
Yeah.
You can find your way.
All
You
right.
know, I ain't getting lost in nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, man, what else I got for current events, man? Yes, it's my birthday. Yes, I'm 40 today. I feel good. I'm happy to see 40. It is what it is. Let's keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get us kicked off the air today. Let's go.
Well, yeah, let's not do that.
Is that the goal?
Yes, just because he wore that fucking shirt. Now I like the food today. And somebody said they're gonna order one of the hippie unicorn shirts.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hippie Unicorn on Facebook. Check them out.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of cool though with the female chick. You know what I'm saying?
It's a milestone.
That is
I
a
get it.
milestone.
I mean, you asking the world's greatest misogynist
I know, that's
how
what-
he feels about a woman coaching the NFL. How do I feel
I
about it?
already knew how that was going to go.
What is she, offensive coordinator? Or no, I'm sorry,
Off-
assistant offensive coordinator? She can't be though.
Yeah, she is offensive assistant coordinator.
She's assistant, right?
Yeah,
that means that
but she's still a coach. Though.
No, that means that bitch gets towels and water. Shut the fuck up. She don't do nothing. Okay, you guys run sprints. That's her job. Shut the fuck up. You're a character.
Is that
She's a
every coach's
showpiece.
job?
She's a fucking
Right.
what's that shit called? A publicity stunt. Fuck her.
She might have some knowledge.
She might have some
man. Her
knowledge,
team
bro.
is in the freaking Super Bowl.
Right.
What she got knowledge of?
Right.
What?
That offense is
Offense.
stellar, bruh.
Okay, I tell you
Nah,
what.
I mean, I don't know about stellar. It's pretty decent. though.
Where-
Boy,
where does-
they put
where
up
does she
some
play?
yards.
She played.
But I give all the credit to their
Hold on.
defense. 'Cause them
She did
motherfuckers
play.
are
She played
real.
football.
She played football.
She did.
So she put on pads and took the hits.
Yes, she did.
I fucking doubt it.
Uh,
Unless this bitch is transgender, I sincerely doubt.
I mean,
I mean, you ain't got to be a dude to understand football.
right. I mean, they do have them lingerie chicks.
Now that I totally
You know,
respect.
They hits. Bro.
I absolutely respect the lingerie football league. They have my utmost. Matter of fact, I'll go see a game.
She played in the Women's Football Alliance.
I know Deuce, man. I know. Women's Football
The
Alliance.
Women's Football
Never heard
Alliance.
of it.
I'm not gonna lie
It's-
either, but
exactly.
but I'm sure it's
That's
something.
some shit
They
north
probably
of
had like
Saskatchewan.
I mean, I'm saying they probably had like lower ratings than the WNBA. Though.
Facts.
I mean,
I will go see the lingerie football league before I go see any WNBA game.
Oh yeah,
You'd
100%.
have to-
But they be hitting in there.
Yeah, they crack each other. I respect that shit.
Titties
If you told me
flying.
she came from the lingerie football league, I'd be like, oh, okay, she got some insight. In fact, she's just some broad that gets towels and water, and
We don't know. They say she's coaching. She's out in the field coaching.
she gonna say she was Me Too within the next 2 to 3 years. Watch.
He said special teams.
Special teams. Yeah, she was a kicker.
Special
What is this
victims
unnecessary roughness? Is Scott Bakula in the motherfucker? They only won one game all season. Get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody care about this
Unit. Talk
female
about
coach.
necessary roughness. I love that movie.
It was a good
That was a
movie.
great movie, bro.
It was a good movie.
That was a
But
great movie.
do you see the female in the league? Was it Kathy Ireland? She was a kicker.
Yeah.
So you tell me this chick was a soccer style kicker and they put her on special. Okay, fine. She kicked. She didn't take one hit.
Well, lucky for us, that takes us right into our topic today. Self-deprecating behavior. Stop hitting yourself, as you see in the title.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about this, this topic because I was thinking about, how in my own life, how I may have beaten myself, from one instance to the next, and how probably everybody does this at some point in their life. I've learned to break myself out of that type of thinking because, I always like that commercial, that football commercial. Y'all know what I'm talking about, with the coach talking to his team, and he says the person who thinks they can and the person that thinks they can't are both right. So, it's more along the lines of, if you want to do something, do it and believe that you can. Just like what I'm doing now. I mean, sometimes I get discouraged because it's not going as fast as I want it to. But hey, that doesn't mean it's not gonna happen at all.
No.
Does anybody have any insight on this?
I mean, you can,
topic?
and a lot of times, like for me, instance, you can take your downfalls and turn them into positivities, or you could just continue to take your downfalls and fucking lie in the mud. You know, I took my problem with drinking and I flipped it. You know, and made it a career out of it. Well,
No,
not a
I mean,
career
you
out of
did.
drinking, but
Professional beer tester.
No, shit. But you took, yeah.
but I made a career out of it that I absolutely love and wouldn't change anything in the route. I could have stayed in my drinking ways and, you know what,
Probably
drank myself
died.
to death.
Yeah.
Drank myself to death, or, you know, drunk drive and killed somebody. But, you know, I took that, realized I had a problem, and said, all right, I'm about to fix this shit. I'm about to do something about this, and did it, and it opened up so many doors that I couldn't even fathom today. So I definitely get what you're saying, because for the longest I did beat myself up, and I was in that slump, and I was just like, fuck, I'm never going to get out of this. I stayed in that bubble, you know, until one day that bubble burst, and I'm like, fuck this.
So you were your own worst enemy.
I was.
And
Definitely.
because you made a change, one simple change led to a career, led to a better way of life, led
So
to,
much shit.
to healthier living.
Yeah.
Okay, it all makes sense, and they're all valid points. I'm just having a really hard time taking you serious in that fucking shirt. But they're all valid points, and that makes it. I mean, it's a good.
Right.
It's. I have no argument for that.
You know, I asked one of them, matter of fact, my residents today. He's all angry and shit. I said, bro, what do you want in life? What do you want out of this? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, you're in your square, bro. You need to start thinking out of the box. People, a lot of times, one that are in poverty, think that they're gonna always be in poverty. And when you always think you're gonna be in poverty, you're always gonna be in poverty. You have to continue to rise up, and you know. And he's just like, I don't know. I said, well, you need to start thinking about goals. What do you like to do? What are some things that are fun to you? You know, he's like, well, I like to, you know, do flooring. So go to a master school. You know, you can do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But in his mind, he keeps telling him, I can't.
Right.
I can't.
And he's right.
I can't
He
do it.
can't do it.
He can't do it until he realizes
He can.
that he can. You know, anybody that has that mindset of, you know, look in the mirror and say, I'm never going to be great. You're never going to be great.
I think it takes a lot of focus to not beat yourself. I mean, case in point, myself. You know what I'm saying? Last night I beat myself with cookies. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I shouldn't be eating cookies, but I ate them. They were good. I like cookies. But you got to focus. I know I'm joking, obviously, but it's a good example.
No, I think
it's a great
That's
example.
legitimate. It's just as dangerous for a diabetic as it is for
Right.
And it's
the
also
alcoholic.
dangerous because I didn't want everybody to know that. So I've said it multiple times, but it's fine.
Right.
Anyway, the point here is self-defeating behavior. It takes far more focus than just saying the words. You know what I'm saying?
It really does.
I mean, if you want to stop beating yourself, it takes acknowledgement of the problem.
First step of any
Next,
type
you
of,
have to figure out where it is you want to, where it is, like you say, where it is you want to go in life.
Right.
And then basically never giving up on that goal until you get there. And then once you get there, you got to set a new goal for yourself.
Exactly.
But as far as just like, oh, I'm going to stop beating myself and then tomorrow it's going to happen, I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way. But it takes constant focus and little steps every day to get us there.
And that's the whole thing. People, and there's that old saying, how do you eat an elephant? Is one piece at a time.
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. People are looking at this and they're thinking of all their problems and this and that and thinking that it's overwhelming them. All you gotta do is do one step. Another step for my wife and I, you know, by May, we want to have our car paid off. That's what we want to do, and that's going to help us financially in the long run. Another thing is we want to take a cruise in October. So, I mean, we're starting with these little things and putting a little bit of money aside. Make sure. Well, she yells at me. I need to work on going out to eat less.
Yeah.
I do.
Cooking
I know.
at home
I know.
saves you a fortune.
Cooking at home and doing less things like that, and we'll get there.
It sounds like you're doing the work. Just like, you know, I'm
We'll
trying to do the work by not buying cookies, you know. I'm trying to do the work by exercising more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bringing, you know, having a getting myself in better shape, just so it's easier to focus, it's easier to stay on task. It's a lot of behavior in my life that I've grown up doing that I never really thought that I was beating myself.
Yeah.
And now that, I'm saying, I'm older and I understand, like, okay, this is where I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying, you did the steps. You got to stop eating out more.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taken steps in my own life to say, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm also like, I had to, you get to this age and people look at you crazy. I'm like, oh, you're not married and you don't have kids and all that other stuff. Kind of had to make dating take a back seat because I can't put any energy in it right now. Not saying forever, I'm saying right now, I don't have the energy.
Yeah.
We're doing this. We have our jobs.
Yeah.
We have our passions or our goals that we're trying to reach. And, dating is just not something that's high on my priority list right now.
Right.
So that's not a knock on women. That's just like, I know who I am. Because for real, when I thought of this topic, I was thinking to myself, I'm just, talking about people out there in the world, but we'll get to that too, because I see a lot of self-defeating behavior amongst the people as well. So
Facts. And it's not a knock on women. I understand what you're saying. Don't trust me. I'm gonna knock on women in a second. Enrique in the chat room, Deuce, my man, he said goals are the major things that get you to where you want to be. Absolutely true. What I find for myself is that I write it down. I put it in front of me. Once it's laid out and I've come up with a plan, I can see it in front of me. I put a check box next to each one. As I go through, as I knock each one out, I just check it off. And that, for me, that helps me. That keeps me motivated, helps me stay focused. Gloria Vic says sometimes you got to pray and sit still. I agree with the first half. I don't agree with the second half. Sitting still.
I love you, Gloria.
Yeah.
But now, it's
sitting. Go
ahead.
Yeah, sitting still. I don't agree with. You got to move. You got to get up and put some muscle behind your hustle. If you want to make something happen, you got to get up and get out and get it on your own. That's the only way. Nothing's gonna come to you. Right. Those people sit on their ass and sit on the couch and be like, I'm just praying and waiting on the Lord to provide. God helps those who help themselves, and it's weird to hear me talk about God. So you got to get up and get it if you really want it. I'm a hustler. I'll get it out the mud. Right. I'll find a way to make it.
It's kind of like I always use the example. I'm like, if let's say my stepson is praying for an Xbox, he can fucking pray for an Xbox all he wants, but if he sits on his ass and doesn't do the fucking chores that he's supposed to fucking do, he ain't getting shit.
I'll go sell some dope.
Either way.
Yeah.
You
can get that Xbox today.
We're not suggesting that at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I'm saying, man, it's just like, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. You gotta do it. Even spirituality helps.
Yeah,
but
facts.
Definitely, I believe, me personally, that my higher power, God provides everything for me. But I had to put the step work in.
Absolutely.
To get it.
They both said the same thing. Sit still mentally, and if you sit still, you'll miss it. You absolutely will. I'm not sitting still. I sat still for a long time, and I missed out on a lot of shit. And I feel like I'm playing catch up now. This show should have been going 10 years ago. Because honestly, we were having these conversations at 19.
Right.
This show, and there was no YouTube then.
Right.
But this show should have been doing something.
Right.
So I feel like I'm playing catch up.
So please share with your friends.
Please share, please say like, please subscribe. I ain't asking for no money. Just hit.
Every subscriber puts me one step closer to my goals.
Right.
Start
right. Just want to. Listen, our goal is 100.
Nah, that's not our goal.
I mean, little
100,000.
steps. We want 100. Of course, we want 1 million. But right now, we're close to 100. Let's hit that 100 by the next few weeks.
My goal is 2,000.
Yeah, that's a good
There
goal.
you go.
But by the next few weeks, let's get them 100. We're almost there.
That's
right
I
there.
feel like that's a very obtainable goal.
Yeah.
1,000 is totally reasonable. Right away.
I think
Quickly.
2,000 is very obtainable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
hell, jump in here, have the conversation with us.
Yeah.
Like the people in here now, we appreciate y'all for jumping in the conversation.
We're going to finish this conversation, but first, Facebook Live, if you want to finish this, you got to come over to YouTube. We're going to finish this conversation. It's going to be good, and I'm going to start saying really crazy stuff.
Bye, Facebook.
So if you want to see the rest of this, come over to YouTube at The Shake Up Guys. That is The Shake Up Guys. If you can't spell that, you need help. Bye.
They can't spell that. Fuck
For
them.
real. Uh-oh.
Didn't know it was
Double
still
deuce.
I know, right? Anyway, so as far as I see so many people out now, I can say crazy stuff because the church people is on my Facebook, so I gotta watch some of the stuff I say. My mom's church people. I don't know why they think it's a good idea to be my friend on Facebook.
I ignore 'em.
I see so many people who, not the self-deprecating, self-defeatist attitudes and behaviors, and in the community, in the public, and and I'm like, you understand, you're doing this to yourself. When I see a dude that's on the corner, like you said, that can't stop drinking. I had a guy one time come into my office. This dude was fluent in Spanish. Fluent. I mean, I speak enough Spanish not to get myself killed by a bunch of Mexicans.
Right.
Just enough not to get killed. This dude could rattle that shit off, could speak it, write it, everything. But he's coming in there into my office to get food stamps. And I'm like, you speak fluent Spanish. I was like, why don't you get it? I can hook you up with a job right now as a court interpreter. He's like, oh man, I'm an alcoholic, man. I can't hold no job. I'm like, you can't stop drinking for 8 hours a day?
Can't stop beating them.
You literally can drink it's from 8 to 4. You at 4:15 you can crack a bottle, do your thing,
Right.
and go hard.
Or do what I did, just drink at work.
Drink at work. You could have done that.
No, don't
yeah,
do
well,
that.
yeah. As long as you can function, you're all right. But he could have done any
Don't
of
do
those
that.
things.
Don't drink at work.
And
They will fire you.
Yeah.
but he couldn't calm that thirst down. I call it the thirst, the blade. I don't know. He just couldn't calm that down enough to
real.
just function. When I see chicks that talk about these men ain't shit, or I'm out here with all these kids and I'm struggling, I'm like, you did this to yourself.
You beat yourself.
If you knew one kid was hard, and I've said this 1,000 times, if you know it's hard to raise one kid, why do you keep doing it? Why do you go back for a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth?
Right.
Why keep popping these little crotch fruit out?
I think that comment in itself is you're beating yourself.
And I hate to say, I mean, I don't hate to say, I'm going to say, it's just like the same with, you know, the black man. Oh, it's the white man keeping me down. It's the white man keeping me down. No, can't no man keep me down. Can't no man stop my flow. The only man that can stop me is me.
That's a cop out.
It's a cop out. It's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? You can't rise above because your mentality wants to blame your shitty choices or your shitty way of thinking on somebody else.
If you are still, and I agree wholeheartedly, if you are still blaming the white man for any of your problems in 2020, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
You're a bitch ass dude, and you need to get, because there's no reason, especially now, that you can't get out here grind and get it.
Right.
There ain't no reason you can't hustle your ass off and make something happen. You may not be a millionaire, you may not be a billionaire. That may be your goal and you may not reach it. But if you saying I can't get there because the white man was keeping his foot on my neck, fuck you.
Right. Fuck.
You ain't got no excuse.
To the fullest, you know. It's just all those are excuses of you just being lazy, being whatever.
Right. I'm paying attention to you because I just read the chat room and Enrique said 1 is okay, 2 is just right, 3 is too many. Nigga, I agree with that, but it depends on number of fathers and the status of the relationship.
Right.
If you married and you have 1, 2, 3, or 10, I don't give a fuck. You married. Knock that shit out. Rock out. Just don't ask me for nothing. If you got 3 kids by 3 different dudes, fuck you. You're responsible with your pussy.
Yeah.
And
But
then Tiffany
focus.
King jumped in. She said your biggest fan is here.
Not to
Our
focus
biggest
too much on
hemorrhoid is
the,
here.
like relationships today, because this is more about
Yeah.
maintaining self-care and, you know.
I just had to find a way to throw women under the bus for a second.
Yeah,
course you
that's
did.
completely going to contradict your want for money, but let's stay on that path. Anywho, you know, this is a topic where I just wanted to kind of see what everybody else thought. Me personally, I know what the hell I'm about to go do. So, I mean, I see a lot of self-deprecating behavior at my job, which tells me I need to be independent.
Yeah.
And with my career goals, I am the business.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna focus my energy on that, and whoever, you know what I'm saying, whoever has a problem with that, sorry. People out there who are, you know, it's weird how when you do start doing stuff like this, how many people want your attention. This is the strangest thing in the world, I think. For me, there was times when I wasn't on my path and I wasn't doing shit, and all I heard was crickets. You know what I mean? As soon as I started doing some shit, it was just like, hey, why don't you come over here? Why don't you go do this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you take the day off? Get away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's not to be cold and distant from people.
No, I think,
but that's just, you know, I'm easily distracted. Y'all know this. I can get distracted very easily. So I just decided to eliminate them all, just so I can do me. And I think a lot of people out there, and not to jump back on, you know, relationships and stuff like that, because, you know, I just see people beat themselves all the time with who they're dating, and, you know, their their need for companionship. Listen, you're your greatest companion, okay? Nobody's gonna treat you better than you.
Bro, so I was just going to say,
you know, in life, it's just not gonna, you know, your kids are gonna love you, but they're little crumb snatchers. They can't do nothing for you other than love you. That's it. And bring you like funny moments in life. Not to say that you shouldn't have them. I'm saying that, hey, it's not the end all be all. Like, you're not less of a person if you don't have them. So how about we, you know, if you're going to create them with someone who's actually going to help you with your goals as opposed to hinder you. But.
Right. I mean, that's, you know, a lot of times people don't realize some people have to be fulfilled within themselves before they can have someone else come in their life to, you know, match up with that. If you're not happy with where you're at in life and you have these certain goals, that's your focus. That's your focus. That is what you are, you know, and you're doing that person a justice, because, like you said, you're not gonna be focusing on them. You're gonna be focusing on what you got, and later on down the line, if you're still around or something like that, maybe that person can hook up. But until then, you doing what you're doing.
Let me ask you something. And I'm sorry, were you done?
No, I was done.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you something. Not you, because I'm not talking to you till you take that shirt off. You.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying your goal right now. You've got your set of goals and you're focused on that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that might be detrimental to your future though? Here's why. Let me explain before you answer.
Okay.
You're saying you put broads on the back burner.
Yeah.
You're saying, look, I can't date right now because I'm focused on accomplishing these goals.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I did something similar like a year or so back. I set these goals and I was like, I'm only focused on this. Now, do you feel like that might be detrimental to your future because you tell this chick, she might be a cool chick, she might be a good chick, she might be good for you, but you can't focus on her right now because of your ADHD or because of just your drive and your goals right now, whatever the case may be. You saying, after I've accomplished these goals, then I'll come back to you. What if she's not there? What if you do that to 3 or 4 chicks and you look back later on, yeah, you've accomplished these goals, but now you got nobody to share it with?
Any woman worth keeping, in my opinion, and I'm just, because I date women, and I mean, I'm just saying people, this applies to people, but I'm talking about, you know, any woman worth keeping, even if she is gone when I come back, that's fine. I don't expect anybody to wait for me to do what I want to do or do what it is I need to do. I don't expect that. But at the same time, you're not going to want to be with me if I'm not happy in what I'm doing in life.
Right.
So if you're still there once I've gotten to a certain point where I am ready to date, cool. If not, that's cool too. Because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for me, just like that person is responsible for themselves. Now, it's the ones who don't get that I need to get the fuck out of my way anyway. So I don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think about, oh, is she gonna be gone when I get there? If it was something that was so compelling that I'm like, no matter what, I cannot let this person go under no circumstances, then I feel like they would understand what it is I'm trying to do. Just like they would be goal oriented and I would understand what they were trying to do. I'm not the type of guy that has to sit up underneath a woman all the time, you know, in order to feel secure about our relationship. If she's a hustler, I'm a hustler, then that's perfect.
Okay,
But
so
not a lot of people interact that way.
I get what you're saying. So you're saying if she was really on your level, if she was the right woman, then she would understand what you're doing. She would be supportive, and she's understanding she's gonna have to play the background while you work towards your goal.
Yes.
See, not everybody gets so lucky. Like in his situation,
Yeah.
he and his wife come together. They're working towards a common goal.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, it was your wife's idea, the business. Like that was her idea.
Yeah.
And you understand she's busy with this.
It's just like this. So, a few weeks ago, she had a little show.
Mhm.
So I went because, I support her, help her set up,
Right.
stick around for a little bit, and then let her alone to do what she does.
Right.
You know what I mean? If she tells me, babe, I'm not going to be home this weekend because I got this show, do you need me to come help you set up? What you need? You need me to do that? You need me to chill back? Whatever you need me. Because we're supposed, and we're also, we're getting ready to travel to some place in Indiana. All right, I'll ride with you. I'm gonna step back. You're gonna be talking. I'm gonna be there to support whatever it is you need, and this and that. And vice versa. In my line of work, there's sometimes where I'll get a call at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. It's an emergency. I gotta go. She's be careful.
She understands and
be
she's
careful.
supportive.
Let me know what's going on, and so on and so. She doesn't be like, why you gotta get up at this? Blah, 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 blah. She understands that I gotta get up and I gotta go. That we could be having dinner. Get that same phone call. I gotta go.
You can have all kinds of side chicks. Man.
There you go again with that.
I
I don't
before.
need it. I don't need it.
I know.
I don't
but
need side chicks.
I was just saying. I understand what you're
I get
saying.
that. I get.
I get
exactly
what you're saying.
man.
Right.
Real
So,
respect.
It's just, man. I like I said, I could have never. If I would have stayed where I was, man, in that thought process, that depression, that bro, I'd probably be in a casket right now. I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today.
With a fatty liver.
Yeah.
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 I definitely won't be where I'm at today. So if you are strong enough to get out of the mindset, man, I've heard stories of people from fucking dirt poor Africa, that's like looking around like, I won't fucking be in this motherfucker.
Right.
Come over here, start from the bottom, and they're at the top now. It's all about a mindset.
So what do you do when you get to the top? Who do you reach back for? Like you said, you got a goal, and I know too many people know what you're working towards and what you're working on.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, you're right. Probably not.
Okay. What do you do when you get to that goal? When you accomplish it, do you reach back for a chick, or do you just kind of like?
Well, in my case, it's not so much. I'm single, so it's not so much about reaching back for anyone particularly.
Right.
It's just about you don't forget. I'm of the mind is you don't forget about the people who supported you on your way.
Exactly.
Up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Friends, family, stuff like that. So any way I can help them, I will.
Right.
That's just me.
Right.
Yeah,
Now,
remember that.
in terms of
Hit the unicorn take off, nigga. I swear to God, I'll break in your house.
but I mean,
if you try to,
at the end
I
of
swear to God, I'll break in your house.
at the end of the day, is my job is my goal is to be self-employed, and I'm not greedy. I'm not looking to be wealthy or anything like that. I just want to have enough money that I can live doing what I love.
Comfortable.
You know what I mean? What I love doing.
Yeah.
So from, I can't say who I'm going to be with in the future,
Right.
or because there's nobody here now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as in terms of relationships are concerned.
And
So I don't really feel like I'm beating myself relationship wise. More so,
Right.
it's just I know my track record with them. You want to give the person you care about your undivided attention. So, from my perspective, it's not fair for me to enter a relationship with somebody because I'm not going to do that right now. I can't. Even, you know what I'm saying? I it's not that I refuse. I just can't. I can't afford any more setbacks. I can't afford any more hang-ups or anybody. And I really don't have the patience or the time to deal with someone else's emotions, which is,
That makes
a
perfect
big
sense.
problem.
Yeah, that makes perfect
Like-
sense. You understand that you can devote the attention you
I
need
can't
to
do
right
it.
now.
Not right now, no.
I understand completely. There's nothing wrong with that. I agree wholeheartedly.
I'm not gonna beat myself trying to love somebody. So that's that. Anyway, as far as like beating yourself for the people that I see out here in the streets, this shit is starting to get really sad because, you know, never do I want to get out of the a specific area when I hear somebody yell out, "Oh, I don't give a fuck. I ain't never gave a fuck." Okay, that means I need to get the fuck out of this area immediately because you not giving a fuck might affect my life.
Right.
You know, whether I'm at the grocery store,
Right.
or I'm at, you know, the hardware, wherever I'm at, you know, if I'm just, you know, it's crazy how many people stay in that state of mind where they know, well, maybe they don't know, you know, maybe they don't know that they're, you know, saying things that are detrimental to their own future, you know,
Right.
or, you know, it was this guy who committed, I guess he was stealing or something, and he got caught because, for one, they had his fingerprints at the crime scene. Second, he was flashing the fruits of his crime on Facebook. It's like we were talking about before.
The Wells Fargo guy?
Not that guy specifically. This is a different guy. It's like cops are all just sitting online solving crime.
Watching
You know what I'm saying? That's all they do it. And it's like some people don't have that guidance. You know, because my dad's been preaching this shit to me since I was young, and I just was like, whatever, just get away from me. Just stop talking to me. It's like you get to be a certain age, you realize, like, God damn it,
he was right.
He said he was fucking right. You know, he just, and I've told my dad that like 1,000 times, and he's just like, he just looks at me and
gotcha.
Gotcha, bitch. You know, just shakes his head. Yep, yeah, I know.
I think a lot of times with the defeatist status too, people don't realize there's so many different paths that you can create, you know what I'm saying, to get yourself out of a situation. For example, we struggled with the boy in school. You know, he was getting in trouble, he was doing this. I mean, we could have just gave up and been like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying, but we looked at different avenues, and so we were like, all right, well, let's try this online schooling, you know what I mean? I never would have thought in myself I would have to do I was homeschool or whatever, but I dropped out too, so I understand the struggles when it comes to school. So we could have been like, fuck it, you know, just whatever, but we tried the online school, and it's working, you know what I mean? His grades are up, he's doing a lot better, obviously not getting in trouble at school, but there's always a different path that you can take. You don't have to, you know, people think college, all right, well, yes, college is cool, but there's so many trade schools now where the people in the trade schools are making more money than the motherfuckers that going to college. Yeah, so it's like, you know, they're like, oh my God, I'm not going to college. I'm never going to be nothing. No, there's different avenues you can take.
18
you know what
months, I mean? You can have a career.
You can do different things. You don't have to just take one path, man. There's so many different. Same with recovery. You know, some people can go to meetings. Some people can not go to meetings.
Just quit cold turkey. Some
people can, you know, get medicated assisted treatments, you know, stuff like that. There's psychology, and there's different things that you can do. You don't have to just do one path. And people, that bubble I keep talking about, people's mind just stay in one view, one focus.
Tunnel vision.
Just tunnel vision. They're not looking at the broad spectrum of life where you can do anything that you want, anything possible that you want, you can do.
To piggyback, there's a phrase I hate to see. I hate to hear people say. I said to see. There's a phrase I hate to hear people say. I hate to hear people say, "I'm a real nigga." That's you real dumb, like Chris Rock said. Real. And I've said this 1,000 times. If you're screaming, "I'm a real," if you have to tell people that, it's probably not true.
Real nigga, no, he a real nigga.
It's probably not true. Because, and I've said it 1,000 times, you can't put "I was a real nigga" on a resume. and you can't buy a house with street cred.
Right.
I tell people that all the time. You got to get out your own way sometimes. There's so many people I know who just, you fuck it up for yourself. You don't have to do this. You can go left when you should have went right.
Right.
We go left all the time on this show. It happens. Just, if you think before you act, you'll be better off sometimes. And just, Stop trying to feel like you got to prove something to the streets, to these dumbass niggas out here, the people. You don't have to prove anything. You got to do what's best for you and your family. Or just for you sometimes if you ain't got no family.
Right.
And I just want to answer Enrique in chat.
Yeah.
To answer your question, man, my goal, see, I'm a voice actor, and my goal right now is to just generate some income in voice acting. And then after I've done that, my goal is to support myself completely by doing voiceover, voice acting, which includes, maybe some animation, video games, some books. I had an idea the other day about just doing just like a story and do it on book on tape.
Right.
A story from the time I was 19? No, I was 21 till I was 24. You remember what was going on then. I'm gonna do a book on tape as far as that. So that's what I'm gonna do personally, but my goal is to be a full-time voice over artist, actor, that type of stuff. So that's what my goals are right now.
And it's attainable, and you're working towards it. And I don't see any reason why you can't.
Step one, I need to finish my website.
You eliminated most of the distractions, so you're good to go.
Yeah, distractions are the only distraction I have at present now is just generating income. I've hit a lot of snags because this stuff costs money. Even this stuff. We put a lot of money into this. I put a lot of money into my vocal stuff, my training, and all that other stuff. So, I mean, I'm taking this. I'm stepping. It's little steps, and that's fine as long as you keep moving forward. I feel like as long as you keep moving forward. I mean, you take setbacks because there's unexpected stuff in life, and you just got to deal with it. But you can't let it beat you. You just, all right, well, that just gonna make me more powerful later. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna work my way out of this. Yeah. Just like people can work their way out of their mindset. It takes focus. It takes awareness that you are in a certain place, but you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. Just like right now, I believe in myself.
Yeah,
I believe I can do it.
We believe in you.
Right. I mean, it's just, I got the support of my whole family, my friends and family. So I know I can't fail. I just have to keep going forward.
And piggybacking off this is slightly going left, but not really, man. If your family or your friends come to you and say, I have this vision, I have this dream, don't be like, that's not realistic. You can't do that. Not. Because you're stuck in your mindset because you think that you can't do shit. Don't put it off on the next person. You know what I'm saying? If you build that person and that person's around you, listen, it's been a proven fact that people that are around themselves usually all stay in the same circle, which means people with the same mindset that they're not going to go ghettos, hoods, that they're not going to achieve nothing. They usually are the same people at the age 45, 50, 60 that are still talking the same shit. You get people around you that are growing. All three of us have done some serious accomplishments. Right. You know what I'm saying? And from where we came from, you know what I'm saying? And so surround yourself with people of positivity. And if you got people that are telling you that you're not going to be shit, even if it's family, I don't give a fuck if it's your brother. You don't need them in your life because that's just another negative thing that's not going to stop you because nothing can stop you, but it's just something that you don't need. You need nothing but positivity in your life.
That's facts. I have to agree. This is a positive show. I like where this went.
Yeah.
We kept it in a positive direction. Nothing negative, nothing wild. So I like where it went. Tune in next week where I'll be back to talking about don't fuck with single baby mamas. So we're going back to my fuck shit next week, but for this week, I'm just fucking with you. We're actually we're on a positive vibe. I like the direction this took. I like when you posed this topic to us. I liked it.
Right.
I'm intrigued, so I like where it went.
I mean, it's like, man, I was talking about the young man that was angry and stuff like that. I'm actually excited that he's there. Yes, he's a pain in my ass, but what I know is he can do this, and I'm knowing that he can get out of that and he can change, and watching that change within somebody, Man, that's what makes it all worth it. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the
Seeing
best
the
part of
growth
your
of
job.
people. Yes.
I mean, you're giving people the opportunity
Bro,
to reinvent themselves the way you did.
I just had 3 people graduate, and one of them I knew for sure was gonna end up back in prison. But he proved me wrong, and that's what I love, man. It's like, you know, he went through a lot of shit, had some ups and downs, but he overcame, and he just graduated, and man, that's the shit that's like, fuck yeah, anybody can do this, man. Anybody can, not just in addiction, but anything in life. Anybody can achieve anything, and you just have to know it. You just gotta know it, you know.
Again, great words, positive thoughts. Take the fucking shirt off. That's just the shirt negates everything you say.
No, this is payback for my sisters, nigga.
Oh, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm done. You got anything else? Because I don't want to talk to you no more.
No, that was it, man. I'm good.
All right. Once again, today's show is brought to you by our sponsor, our proud sponsor who ain't paying us yet, Hippie Unicorn. See Hippie Unicorn for all your essential oil and CBD infused products. You can, again, that's Hippie Unicorn. You can find them on Instagram and Facebook at Hippie Unicorn, #Hippie Shit. Once again, Hippie Unicorn. Thank you for sponsoring today's show. I like where this went.
Yeah.
This was a positive show, very uplifting for those who have goals. Keep doing what you all do. Again, everybody in the chat room, thank you for your support. We appreciate you.
Definitely.
Again, next week I'll be back on my fuck shit. But today, this was a great positive show. We needed a change. Everything was great except for that fucking fat ass fucking Lizzo fucking t-shirt. Other than that, everything was fantastic. This nigga gonna show it off again. I'm gonna set you and that shirt on fire while you're in it.
That's the beauty of diversity. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes. But I guess at the end of the day, as long as you stop punching yourself in the face, anything is possible. And that's all I got to say about that.
Punch yourself in the face.
Nope.
Is there anything else before we take off now?
Oh. Damn, do we have that link? Hey, this.
Oh, you gotta show this video.
Yeah,
I want to talk about
nigga.
this for a second, man.
Just real quick.
Real quick, and then we'll let everybody go and get out of here.
Okay.
I forgot all about that. I'm glad you said something.
Because this fuck nigga, he beating other people in the face.
I'll start doing news commentary for y'all also. This nigga look like he commit felonies on the weekends.
Right.
That nigga look like he was born with a jail ID number.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 second, please. We're getting this together for you. This was sent to me by Deuce in the chat room.
Yeah, I'm seeing this
You
all
guys
over
did.
Facebook.
Yeah, this guy, you need to be on the lookout for this guy. I don't know. I don't think they've caught him yet, have they?
Nah.
So he's on the run somewhere between Indianapolis, Marion, and possibly Fort Wayne.
Most of his family's here.
Most of his family's here in Fort Wayne. This guy is a convicted felon, domestic batterer, and got some serious issues. He look like his favorite pastime is to beat a bitch. So, yeah, be on the lookout for him. If you see him, report him. You know, they say stop snitching, but I'm like, come on, we too old for that.
We too old for that shit, bro.
So
This man.
you see this nigga snitch.
Oops. There he is.
Hey,
Yeah.
shake up, nigga. Gotta win the titties, son.
Is it ready?
It already played.
Yeah.
Oh, it already played?
Yeah,
Could they hear it?
We just really need his face out there.
Oh, yeah, this guy beat the shit out of this girl. So
I mean, he almost killed her.
he got
Like, he
issues.
almost
So if you
killed her.
see him, just
Fuck
report
that
him.
nigga.
Call 911 immediately. Don't
If you
engage
strapped,
because he might
nigga.
try to eat you. Yeah, he look.
I'm not condoning that.
Nah, you don't do that no more. He look cannibalistic. So watch yourselves around that nigga.
Firing ass.
Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you everybody. And again, Jay, happy birthday, bro,
Happy
man.
birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, man. Many more to you.
Happy
man.
26th birthday
Yeah,
to me.
if you see him out, this weekend, buy my man a drink.
Buy me a shot, facts. If you got big titties or a fat ass coming, show me them.
Or even if you don't.
Nah, well,
Please share
if you
this.
look like Lizzo, don't.
Okay.
But if you got some big titties, come
Please,
put them in my face.
please
If you got a
share
fat
this
ass,
video with
let
your
me play with it.
friends,
Let me
like
rub
and
it a little
subscribe,
bit.
and hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. Please.
Woo!
Thank you.
Bitch.
Turns
Not
out
gonna
I'm
go in on this
100%
lady.
fat bitch.
Let her live her damn life, all right? I don't care.
That's it. I'm good.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us tonight again. We really appreciate y'all, especially you guys in the chat room, because y'all make this show worthwhile.
Hell yeah.
And check us out again. We will probably be going live again Saturday, if Lord willing.
I'm
But
gonna be fucking faded.
yeah,
But
but
yeah.
he's gonna be shit faced and on his soapbox. The
Oh,
red,
man.
the red pill, red foreman.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, we are the Shake Up Guys, and we appreciate y'all. Signing out. Thank y'all. Peace.
Listening.
Just